So we're gonna go live in a
Okay.
few seconds. Federico, please start transmission on the other platform right now. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Travel Tech Pitching Sessions. Today, your moderator will be Alejandro Gomez Lozada, CEO and co-founder of Amelia Travel. So don't worry, guys. You don't need to listen to me the entire day. So I pass the word to Alejandro, and he will manage everything here. So thank you, everybody, and let's move. Let's do the show. Cheers.
Good. Thank you very much, Vinicius, and a big round of applause for Travel Tech for hosting this event and for being super educational and being innovative this year. For the sake of time, we knew that yesterday we were a little bit tight on time, so I'm just going to rush my presentation. I'm Alex. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Amelia. We're a new platform as a service solution for travel, and we're going to start the day today or this afternoon a pitching round with Allison Cohen from Vertical Booking. So Allison, thank you very much for being here. I'll just hand it over to you. You can go into presenting mode, and we're delighted to have you here.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. And I will just switch to my PowerPoint and show. And does everybody see my screen?
Not yet, we don't.
No? Okay, hold on. Hold it on. I go back to the meeting here in Google Meets. Oh, sorry. Okay, so my entire screen. I'm sorry, I forgot to click on that. And share. And then, and you see me now?
Not yet. Have you made sure, just Allison, that when you put share screen, you select the entire screen and then you can move from that to your presentation?
Oh, I see. Yes, I did that.
Okay. If not, what I can do is...
Oh, it's telling me to go to System Preferences.
Yep.
Right. It's telling me it can't share my screen for whatever reason, because something to do with system preferences. So I need to go to my privacy settings, obviously. And I'm sorry, I never use Google Meet. No, I've got it actually. I just had to allow the settings to be open in Google Chrome. And then lock that back up. I apologize. Okay, dismiss and present now. Oh, well, there we go, share. Oh, it says you still can't share. Well, do you want to move to the next presentation first and do me second? Because I obviously need to get some permissions added.
Allison, I think that's a very good idea. Why don't we do this? I'll connect with you offline. Isabel, would you be ready to move on so I can pass it on to you because you're next in line?
Yes, no worries. I'm ready to
go. So thank you.
Let me hand it over to Isabel from HubOS so you can introduce yourself and then kick it off whenever you're ready.
Perfect. Let's do this. Let's see if I don't have the same problem,
huh? I hope not.
You never know. These things happen.
I was surprised to see that actually. So
okay. So let's see if I get it. Can you see my screen?
We can.
Perfect. So let's get started. I am Isabel, the head of customer development, and I would like to thank you all for being here and having me here. I'm happy to be showcasing HubOS and how we have been helping hoteliers in their operations for more than 5 years. Just to give you a little bit of context before anything else, HubOS was born in 2015 in Spain by Alex and Joan. It was developed to fill an existing gap that was in hotels regarding operational management, and actually the lack of a tool that is easy to use in a daily basis. So after 5 years, we have office in Spain, we have an office in Australia as well, and what is started to be a maintenance solution now has 7 integrated solutions. But most importantly, in these 5 years, we gained the trust of more than 600 clients with 0% churn. And this says a lot about our commitment, our clients' trust in us, and also the mindset that we have to never stop developing and innovating technology in the industry. That being said, with HubOS, you have one single platform that combines 7 different solutions. They are fully connected, integrated between each other, as well as with other systems such as a PMS, BMS, ERP, or even a guest app. Plus, what I really like is about the use of the mobile app with offline operation. So this enables your operation data to be shared in real time to the staff anywhere they are in the hotel, while you can actually respond to your guests' requests. So during the presentation, I'm not going to showcase the system live, but you're going to have a lot of print screens, which gives you already an idea of the performance of our solutions. So let's jump to the fun part. Hub is a cloud-based system. It adjusts to every single hotel through a modular structure. So in other words, depending on your pain point, you can select from 1 to 7 solutions to help you on your daily operations and decision making. So we are not that kind of system that, makes you work only with 2 or 3 or 4 solutions. But what happens as well is with Hub, instead of implementing 3 to 5 different systems, which is kind of common, you have a new way of operating your hotel through one single platform. With all of this, it comes what we call the Hub cycle. And we all know welcoming your guests requires a considerable amount of challenge every day. And the connection and communication between departments, it's actually one of the main challenges in hotels, and is a crucial factor to efficiently manage the hotel. So what we do, we offer a full cycle of solutions, from opening a new hotel to its daily operations, to manage and analyze what is happening and being registered in a daily basis, to offering the best guest experience. At the end of the day, that's what all hoteliers want, to have the best, to give the best guest experience while they have a very good optimized operations. The current Hub solutions we have goes from housekeeping, maintenance to guest in touch, which I will present further. But we also have other models. Like I said, there are 7 in total. We have the quality model for you to acknowledge your guests' complaints and main reasons, and minimize the repeated complaints and improve their experience while they are still in the hotel. So this is very important. A lot of guests don't have a way to complain with you while they are in the hotel. And what's important to bear in mind is most of the times we can solve this to avoid negative reviews afterwards. We also have a F&B model to manage the bookings of your hotel outlets, and also the entrance to the breakfast service. So this way you can maintain a safe occupancy, know which guests are missing breakfast, and properly plan your service to avoid food waste, which is still a big problem in hotels. The other model we have is energy management, to register and track your hotel water and energy consumptions. You can also get warning notifications for outrange consumptions and set your own KPIs. So you can analyze your consumption regarding your square meters room and also your occupancy. And the last one, the new openings and renovations, to help you manage your openings with a digital access to your building view, building book, to the technical documents, snagging list. So everything that is normally done in Excel and with paper, you can do it digitally with Hub. So going a little bit more in depth about the housekeeping model we have, which is one of the most popular and very important nowadays. Having the housekeeping department organized while communicating effectively with other departments is one of the struggles that hoteliers have. And this is one of the departments that has more costs for the hotel, meaning that their productivity is very important to be considered. However, there's no way for you to know your team's productivity if you don't have an efficient way to measure it. So if you do everything manually, you don't have a way to know exactly what is your team productivity, if something or a process can be actually improved. So by switching from what is being done manually to automated process, your operations team will become agile and believe me, happier. And we all know this saying that happy staff, happier guests, but it's actually what happens if you can get it right. On the other hand, it's also important that you give an easy tool for your housekeeping and even maintenance team to work with for a quick adaptation, because they are moving from, another system or even a manual process to something that is very quick to use in a daily basis. So this is one of the concerns we had when developing and while we developed this model. One of the core features you get is being able to properly organize your housekeeping department. And how you can do it? By having a weekly planning based on your occupancy and staff management. So you know exactly whom and when you need your team the most. By having a dynamic task allocation, depending on your staff, working hours, cleaning times, or even the type of stay. And plus, you can also easily manage any rotation or change during the day through the app. And this is very important because during the day, this happens a lot. There's always change, a client change room or a stay, extended stay or anything else. It happens during the day and the teams don't have a way to see it quickly and to action on it. So with the app that we have, the housekeeping manager can quickly manage all of this. The minibar posting directly to the guest profile, reducing the common loss that hotels have in here regarding minibar posting. And another functionality we have is the linen management. Now, not all of hotels do it. Some actually do it. Even if you have internal or external linen, it's important that you manage properly. And if you have external linen, you can even do orders from a hub. But there's way more. So we also have smart notifications, and this is one of my favorites because I think this really allows you to have the best operations in your hotel. And we have these notifications both on desktop and in the mobile app with real-time room status, when a client checks out, when you have a client doing a check-in in the breakfast, if you have a client doing the T&D, any guest requests. And one of the examples that I like to give is, imagine that you have both guests checking into your restaurant to have your delicious breakfast. And picture this, that you have the responsible housekeeper for that room and the manager to get this info in real time. So it's the perfect opportunity to clean the room while the guests are having breakfast and without having to actually disturb your guests. So this goes a little bit extra mile to give that experience that we really want to give. All of these, of course, will allow you to reduce your response time to guest requests. Anything they request, extra towels or amenities, anything else, but also the response for engineering faults. So you can immediately action on these guest requests. And on the other side, housekeepers can also register a fault. So this fault, once registered, it goes directly to the engineering team, and they can proceed then to its resolution. And of course, since it has to be an easy app, is easy to register new tasks or requests and check their traceability at any time. And there's a lot of talk about the chat functionality. I have a lot of clients sometimes asking about it. We do have a chat functionality, but one thing that I really like to mention is how important it is to bear in mind that chats do not allow you to track properly a task, which it will make it more difficult to follow up on that task, and it will make it difficult for other departments to see what is going on, if this conversation on the chat was actually resolved or not. For the hotel director, GM, or director of operations, the same. They lose sight of what is going on in the hotel. So that's why we always talk about the traceability, because it's really important to know exactly where you can improve in your hotel process. The housekeeping solution, and to give you some numbers that I think they are really important. Our clients are really improving their housekeeping productivity and service quality. The attendants have seen on average a 10% reduction in cleaning times. And this may look very low, but it's actually a huge change. Housekeeping managers have seen a 50% increase in room inspections, and this allows to check in and priority rooms to be available 2 hours early on a daily basis. And of course, the potential savings are easier to picture and achieve. Time is money, so you do the calculations. All of these are numbers shared with us by our own clients. And these are insights that we offer to all the clients through the housekeeping analysis functionality on productivity, costs, and more key factors that you want to analyze. Jumping now to maintenance, which is another key department. So maintenance in many hotels is still a very reactive, which in the long run can cause you some real problems. And we know all of these problems will negatively impact your guest satisfaction. That is why it's so important to put in place smart process to run it as smoothly as possible. And of course, you don't want to manage anything through Excel or paper, because again, you will lose sight of what is going on at your hotel. So that being said, we have here two print screens, one from the app and one from the desktop. And this is the full overview that your maintenance team needs of faults, preventive tasks, legal inspections, if any incident is affecting guests, who report them, who is taking action, and so on. And if you think that many hotels and big size hotels are still doing this with Excel and paper, it's kind of crazy to think how they can actually manage all of this properly without, with the optimization that you should have in your hotel. So that's why we always give an easy but important overview of all of this, both on desktop as well as on the mobile app. What we also have is the assets management. It's also important for the technicians. You can create any asset with important information like year of installation, the model, the brand, technical files. And this can also be key when you are doing some incident resolution, or you are doing a preventive task. You know exactly what needs to be done because you have all the information of this asset. Another functionality that we have that is very popular and many other don't have is the suppliers and agreements management. So here it gives you an overview of all your suppliers, its contracts, when it's the renovation, if there was any incidents with this provider or supplier, and you can also send orders from Hub to all of your suppliers or specific ones. So it will allow you to efficiently manage your suppliers, and again, in general, your maintenance. So what else? Full ability with an app that allows you to operate offline. And this is kind of key. You don't want to have to register anything on paper just because you lost connection or you are in the area, of the hotel that has no connection. This happens a lot. And this is key. So with Hub, you don't lose the app functionality. It will work properly. Once you recover the connection, it will synchronize, and that's it. Logging faults into Hub takes less than 30 seconds. It's real, okay? It's not just a fancy number to put it here. It's real because we know you have no time to lose, and we always take that in consideration. And all the functionalities that you need are available in both. Again, desktop, app, such heading technical documents, heading pictures, the materials you have used to the resolution of an incident, or actually tracking what is being performed by your technicians. Again, all the technicians will have this overview, but also the other departments are able to see the status of faults and requests. So this allows for a prompt and immediate communication to both guests and colleagues. So in case you have, you are resolving a fault, your front desk can actually see that this technician is actually resolving this fault, and he can inform the guest about it. And some numbers again. So real-time information on staff locations, instant optimization of room, the task priorities. All of this makes you save time. So in average, our clients see a 12 minutes fault resolution, less, and 6 to 10 minutes, depending if you had or not a software in preventive maintenance tasks. And again, the savings are very easy to picture. So all of these insights are available in our maintenance analysis dashboard. But what we also do is send a full report on your maintenance performance by hotel. And if you have a group of hotels, if you are a chain, we also send you all this information for the chain, if applicable, of course. So we end over here about maintenance, and we go to the last one, which is the guest in touch. I love this model. It's one of the newest that we have, and it was actually developed because of COVID. And in a time that contactless communication is so important, it's very important also to give your guests the option to communicate with you this way if they wish to. So what is important as well is to not overwhelm your teams with another channel to manage. So what we have here is a tool that allows your guests to book a restaurant service based on your maximum safest occupancy, request a housekeeping service, or inform you about an incident that is occurring in your hotel in a contactless way through their mobile, but without having to download an app. So this is very important. We don't want guests to download the app. This is always a downside. Any of these requests are escalated directly to the responsible teams and staff. And that's why I said at the same time that you have another tool, you don't want to overwhelm your teams with another channel to manage. So this goes directly to, the F&B team or the maintenance or housekeeping team has a task, so they receive a notification and they can action on it right away. And it will definitely, of course, improve your communication with your guests and the satisfaction that they get. And with this, I want to thank you all for listening. Feel free to contact me. I'm more than happy to help and showcasing you the system in live. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, Isabel. Thank you for being spot on. It almost seems like we rehearsed it, or that we put a line in there. So thank you very much for making that. Before going into Allison at Vertical Booking, I think I'm a little bit of a bullet point person myself. So I just wanted to touch base on a couple of very interesting points you mentioned and check whether they're right. So first of all, 0 churn in 5 years. So I'm afraid that a lot of people will start wanting to poach Isabel from HubOS, right? So HubOS should be afraid right now. That's the first one. Second is, am I correct to understand that this is technology that is not dependent on hardware, right? So it's completely SaaS. You don't need hardware at the hotel, which the old people like me used to need at hotels, right? So
correct. It's cloud-based, 100% SaaS, so you don't need hardware. And it's fully connected with the PMS, which we totally recommend.
Good. And then last but not least, so I saw that you did a lot of focus on housekeeping being key. And I've seen a couple of use cases in different companies and brands, specifically big chains, where they were managing off-site teams or like a centralized housekeeping team to manage multi-property, right? So HubOS could help them do that, right? Because the centralized service that you can assign different people to different properties.
Correct. So because it's a cloud-based and we have this multi-property functionality, you have the same team. You can have the same team working in different properties with the same app. So with the same accounts, no hassle. So that eases a lot your operations.
Well, that's awesome. I don't know why hotels are not running to HubOS right now. To be honest, I remember my old good days at one of these big hotel chains, and I would have died to have this technology, right, working for me.
I know. So I get the same feedback from a lot of hoteliers that once they see Hub, they're like, okay, we really need this. And sometimes, you just need to look up what is going on around you in terms of technology to see that you can actually still improve a lot in your hotel. Thank you once again for having me.
Thank you very much. I don't know whether Pat or Allison have any comments or questions. Nope.
I do actually, if I may.
Of
Please
course.
go ahead.
Isabel, a commendable presentation. Just love the part, guest in touch. You know, this wonderful word to actually use right now, as well as, you know, your numbers with maintenance as well as the housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Alejandro already mentioned anyone would love to have your software in a hotel because that makes one's life easy, right? We always concentrate on front office and the restaurant, but no one is actually taking care of housekeeping and maintenance. So looking forward, you know, we can always see how we both can help each other. So the great one. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Good. And then I think that what we'll see is that this session is being recorded and broadcasted on YouTube. So everyone will have Isabel and Halbo West's contact details so you can ask for a demo. I suggest you do that like right now, so you don't wait for me to finish this. So with that being said, again, Isabel, thank you very much. And let's welcome to the floor, Allison. Allison, I'm just going to hand it over to you. Just be my guest and start whenever you want. And remember to unmute yourself. Sorry. You're still on mute, huh? Allison, you're still on mute.
There we go. Seems like I'm technically challenged here. Can everyone hear me and see my screen?
We can hear you and see you perfectly.
Thank you very much. Well, I really appreciate it, Alejandro, for inviting us to be a part of this conference. We're really excited. I am Allison Cowan. I'm the Vice President of Sales at Vertical Booking USA. And we're very excited to be a part of this conference because I think one of our challenges is that no one really knows who we are here in North America. We all know who the big CRS companies are out there, and we are just as large as everyone else. However, we were founded in Bergamo, Italy in 1999, and we never brought the program to North America until 2014. So since 2014, we've been taking North America by storm because our pricing concept is a bit different than some of our competitors in that we don't charge transaction fees. We charge flat monthly fees. So we are a global central reservation system. And at the end of my few slides, I'm going to show you some of our booking engines. I won't be going into the CRS because when you're using a CRS at your hotel, you are likely connected with your property management system where you will do the bulk of your rate and availability management, and it'll push into our system. So I'm going to show you what our real, superstar booking engines are all about. But just to give you a little bit of background, we were founded in, like I said, Italy in 1999, came to North America in 2014. We provide a fully integrated central reservation solution that includes a booking engine, channel manager, GDS connectivity, and even a whole full call center application. We currently have worldwide approximately 6,900 clients, and our U.S. headquarters is based in beautiful Hillsboro, Oregon, which is a suburb of Portland. Our official headquarters are in Italy. However, we also do call center services and support from Italy, France, UK, Thailand, and here in North America. So no matter what time zone our customers are in, they're going to get a live body to pick up a call if they need assistance in the middle of the night. In 2018, we were bought out by a mega corporation called Zucchetti Group based in Lodi, Italy. And Zucchetti is a very well-established software company that's been operating worldwide for many years and got into hospitality only a few years ago by purchasing not only our central reservation company, but a couple others in in Italy and Europe as well. So total, with everything behind us now, we have over 6,000 employees and over 600,000 plus clients. Now, I wanted to bring that up because it's really good news for everybody, because it allows us to keep on the cutting edge of technology, which we all know is rapidly changing in the central reservation world. So it's nice to have that behind us so that we can, continue to develop our booking engines and have some additional features in our CRS. So it's very exciting for us. I said we have our CRS, and what we have within our CRS that makes us very unique is that we started as a channel manager and built a central reservation system around it. So when we established in 1999, we were just a channel manager. So since then, we've grown into providing two-way XML interfaces to over 350 plus OTAs, and we're continually adding to those. So it's likely going to be over 400 by the end of this year. So that's pretty exciting for us. And then within the central reservation system, we have our own custom booking engine with a lot of great features. We have a full suite of upselling tools built right into the booking engine that includes an OTA rate comparison pop-up. And at the end, I'm going to show you a little example of our booking engine so you can see some of these tools. We also have built in a meta search management tool, which makes us unique in the central reservation world, because that is kind of unusual. So you can actually manage your Google hotel price ads directly in our central reservation system, including doing your top up. So you do not have to seek out to the extranet for Google HPA. You can do it all within our system that also includes a connectivity to your own Google Analytic account so that we can do some real robust reporting for you. Additionally, we have full GDS connectivity under our own chain code, which is okay in all the various GDS. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water, getting a little dry there. And of course, we have the highest level of connectivity. We are direct connect with all the GDS, so we have full seamless connectivity, and you wouldn't be sacrificing anything if you left your other GDS provider and came to us. We also additionally have over 120 plus interfaces with PMS connected to our system. So you're hard pressed to find a PMS that is one of the popular ones out there that we do not connect to. So I feel very confident in saying, after being in North America since 2014, that if you're using a PMS that is based here, the likelihood of us having the interface is very good. Additionally, something unique, and I stuck it on here because it is rather unique to the system, is that we do have our own hotel app. So we have a number of hotels that it's available in the iOS or Android, and you can go ahead and have all the tools you need right in your app, and it's good for repeat guests. So we get a lot of positive feedback on that. And of course, additionally, we have a lot of marketing and intelligence tools built in that I could certainly show you all those if you wanted some further information on us. Some of the functions that we have recently built into the system is we've been very busy, moving forward with the system. Like I said, now that we have, the Zucchetti name behind us, we can start really amping up all of our development. So we've recently connected and partnered with a company called EqualWeb, based out of Israel, who provides a plugin that gives full ADA compliance and remediation to the booking engine. We did do some additional development and feel confident in saying that if hotels are using our booking engine and we connect you with the EqualWeb plugin, you are fully compliant on our booking engine. Additionally, we connected with Whip Meta.io. Now, they are also a meta search management tool that has some additional robust features that some hotels may need if our tool is not providing them what they need. And with Whip.io, they provide some recommendations on how much money you should spend and so forth, where our tool, we put it in the hands of the user and you decide how much you're going to be paying per click. Additionally, GuestFlip is a new partner with us that we have recently partnered with, and they are a full guest review platform. So we're really excited to have that fully integrated. It's almost completed now, so we're going to be launching it as early as April 1st, where you can respond to your reviews, you can add reviews, and you can do everything right within the program. So, and it connects to all the popular review platforms. So it's going to be a good addition to our services. Additionally, we do have connectivity to 30 different payment gateways. So I'm sure we have a gateway that will work with whichever system you are currently working on. And we've also added some code into the CRS for the guest book and Lassie. Those are two loyalty programs that are gaining a lot of attention here in North America. And we have a number of hotels using them. And because it is a much more cost-effective way to manage loyalty. So we can also assist with that. And then additionally, with our partnership and ownership by Zucchetti, they are very actively pursuing new software in the hospitality division to work with. And they have purchased Rateboard and LibreTech, which I know you met with Eric yesterday in the pitch sessions. Those are both excellent revenue management systems that are fully integrated to our CRS. So we're really excited to be able to offer that component to our customers and our potential customers. I know I did want to go over just briefly just some of the COVID assistance that we provided to our hotels when initially we were all shut down. What we did is we immediately developed a gift certificate booking engine to allow our hotels the ability to sell gift vouchers directly from their hotel website. Immediately after launching it, a good bulk of our customers started using it. We have noticed that some of them have removed it from their hotel now, but initially when refunds were having to be done, etc., they were it was very popular. Additionally, we also built into that was the ability to generate refund vouchers. So that was, to help our hotels control some of the refunds that were happening in 2020. And we also customized or have the ability to customize pop-up banner for the hotel website and for the hotel booking engine, communicating, and I'm sure you've seen these on lots of different hotels' websites and booking engines that pop up to tell you what their health and safety measures are since the COVID. So we've had a lot of success for that. And then, of course, our customer service as well has, we immediately began getting in touch with our hotels, asking them how we can assist them. So we did a number of things to help in whichever way we possibly could. So I think we're seeing some light at the end of the tunnel now, and our hotels are very loyal from, us being very flexible with them during a really tough time. And that brings me to almost the end, which is our account management. And it's hard to differentiate yourself in the central reservation world when there is so many big players. But the way that we've managed to do it is being really back to grassroots account management. We are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if no one picks up the phone, it even goes in a circle that potentially the president of the company could pick up the phone. It's very important for us to have a live person being able to assist our hotels. Of course, we use a ticketing system, and we do have a lot of training tools that are audio and online, but it's really important that if a customer is in a jam, we are here to assist them. So really, I think that's where we've gotten a lot of loyalty, because at the end of the day, we are a central reservation system. We all have a few different tools to offer, but we're all still the same. So it's been exciting for us to see over the COVID, the attention we've gained, because I know a lot of hotels have been reviewing their tech stack over, the time they were either shut down or slowed down. And we have really proven to them that we have all the tools needed, that you don't need to be with the largest CRS player out there, that we have everything you need to still give you a global reservation support for your independent or your independent group. So really excited that you guys listened to me today. And before I jump into any questions, I'm just going to escape out of here and I will show you, I'll just close that. I'll just give you quickly, and I know I talk really fast, so I'm sure that I just wanted to, first of all, of course, everything's going so slow. I just wanted to take you through and show you, this is a list of all the OTAs that we work directly with. So I think you're not going to find anything that you need that we don't have. And if we don't have it, we've also partnered with DerbySoft. So if there's a channel by chance that we have not gone a direct connect with, we can use a DerbySoft channel. So I feel safe to say that you're well looked after in the channel managed department with vertical booking. That there that you're seeing, this is one of our demo booking, our hotels on our demo booking engine. And I had it sitting waiting for us. And what is sitting here now is the recovery strategy. So this, I'm sure you've seen that on many hotels, but you can do this in whatever way, and you can make this look a lot prettier. This is just for the demo purposes, and you can change the fonts and the colors and the background. And you can offer whatever you like. Hey, don't leave. You can get an additional 10% off. Or don't leave. I can give you a free dinner coupon and so forth. So that's the recovery strategy. But this here is our booking engine. And let me just modify some dates here to show you. There you go. This is our flexible date calendar. So, of course, that's a great selling feature. It's, I know a lot of other companies are also offering this, but it's color coded in whichever custom colors you'd like. And it's just like the airlines now, that you can choose the dates you want to travel based on when the rate is the best for you. So we can select some dates. And again, everything is very customizable within our booking engine. Oh. And choose number of nights. All right. There we go. And just to quickly go through some of this is persuasive messaging, stay 3 nights and save. And again, not only is this good persuasive messaging or alternate offers, that the persuasive messaging pops up just like, oh, there's that recovery strategy, must be set to come up, only a minute after you're on the booking engine. But you can see you've got the stay 3 nights and save. So that's the alternate offers, persuasive messaging, just like you see on Expedia, only 3 rooms left at this price. And it is actually going directly into check your availability to see exactly how many rooms are available at that price. Additionally, we have secret and locked deals. So again, with the ability to sign in with Facebook or Google, you can, in order for the guests to see your secret deal, they have to provide you with their name and their email address. So again, you're collecting a database for your marketing. So that is basically, the only other feature I'd like to show you in here is our OTA rate comparison pop-up. Now, of course, it doesn't pop up on my demo hotel. And when I was searching for some of our hotels using it today so that I could show you live, the hotels have the ability to turn that on and off. So that is in their complete control. So I have to show you just a quick screenshot of the OTA rate comparison pop-up. So you would see that this is popping up. You can see booking.com as $169 and the official website is $33, which we know is out of the question. But what happens here is that you can sell your rooms at a lower rate than the OTAs, and it will be confirmed to the guest, and it will not reside in the system. So you're still remaining in parity. All you're doing is setting the parameters in the back end of the system to show every time a guest comes on my booking engine, I want my OTA rate to be X percentage lower or a dollar value lower. So you can have the OTA rate comparison pop in just like it will pop into the booking engine, which I'm sure you've seen, or you can have it as a banner, just like on here, where it shows at the top of the booking engine. So this is the price on the travel websites, and this is the hotel website. So you can see that we've really built our booking engines to drive direct bookings, and all for one flat fee monthly. So it makes it very attractive for the hotels of any caliber, small to large, to take advantage of all these extra tools we've got in the system. So that is everything for me. And I really appreciate your time. And thank you so much.
No, thank you for the amazing presentation. I just wanted to reiterate, how can people reach out to you? Where should they write you at?
I will send you my information, or I can add it to the presentation, whichever you like.
Right.
But
I would say, just for the sake of the recording, because a lot of people is looking at YouTube, email is...
Oh, yes. My email is Alison, ALISON .Cowan, COWAN, at verticalbooking.com.
That's awesome. So now everyone rushes to write Alison, and she will hate me for you guys spamming her email. But that's one thing. But let me just ask you one question, Alison, because I'm on this side of the Atlantic, right? So I'm used to vertical, I'm used to Zucchetti. But one point you made that was super interesting is, and you just made it again, is vertical and let's just say the enlarged Zucchetti ecosystem is a product. It's a product that fits all bills, right? So it's not for one kind of hotel. And I think that what you see is that you have a deep ecosystem integration that you can really pick one. It's kind of mix and match and take the package that you want. So there's a lot of value in that proposition.
I'm so glad you brought that up, and maybe it was nerves that had me remiss in mentioning that. But you're absolutely right. You saw the services that we provide. They're all a la carte. So if you only want to start with the channel manager, you can feel free to do that, or just the booking engine. And we have a number of hotels that started that way because they didn't know who vertical booking was in North America. So they started very simply with just a channel manager. And now they've graduated to booking engine and GDS connectivity now that they feel very confident with working with us.
Yeah. And also one thing I would highlight about vertical and the value proposition is that in Europe, there's not such consolidation of the points of sale, right? So there's no, as in the US, I would say. So that is actually harder to do. So you need a more robust product to serve all those point of sales that you showed and have a, let's just say, deeper reach of your distribution. So actually your product would offer more value to a more consolidated market, right? Because it's easier to distribute and you can focus on other things.
Yes, absolutely. So you could literally sign up with 30 channels if you wish, and it's all manageable in one spot. So, and everything is under one roof. I like to, explain our central reservation system is like a house, and there's different rooms in the house, and you don't have to use every room. You can shut off a room until you're ready to use it. So absolutely, you can use as many channels as you want, or as much connectivity as you like, whatever works for the hotel. And again, we have really well educated in distribution customer service department. So we're working with all our hotels and making recommendations and how to best represent themselves and which channels are the most popular and produce the most.
Good. Well, thank you very much for that, Alison. Thank you again for the amazing presentation. I don't know whether Isabel or Pat would like to ask something or make a comment.
I was just waiting to say this, Alison. Fabulous.
Right? Thank you.
It was nice. You covered almost everything. Loved the about us as well as the ending part. So good one.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your feedback. And I'm so lucky that we had the opportunity to do this. And I know I gave everybody my email address, but feel free to call me anytime at 505-250-2916. And I wished I was in there to hand out business cards to everybody. I'd really like to be back in on the conference circuit again.
Oh, the good old days.
Oh, yeah. So this is a new concept for me. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Alice.
Isabel?
No question. I just wanted to thank Alison for the great presentation. It was really interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. Really enjoyed yours as well. Okay. So bye-bye.
I'm going to say that we're super on spot here, on schedule. I'm super proud of myself. That never happens, to be honest. So why don't we do this? Pat, I think I'm going to hand it over to you. So if you want to introduce it, we're going to move the schedule up a bit, and you can start your presentation whenever you feel ready.
Yeah, I would love to, Alejandro. So I'll just share my screen and let me know once you see it. Okay, just a few seconds. Okay, I hope you can see my screen now.
We can.
Okay, so thank you so much for having me here for the pitch session. It's wonderful listening to the ladies, and it's right now to understand what the PMS can do. Yeah, just a bit of storytelling before I proceed. I believe this pandemic has taught a lot of things for everyone, including me. The one thing what I changed is, when actually the pandemic started, I was actually waking up every morning and looking at my phone, with the social media notifications, replying to WhatsApps, LinkedIn messages. That was actually creating a lot of stress, and, the positivity was completely lacking. And then I decided, okay, I need to get rid of the phone and I need to do something different. Yeah. So every morning nowadays I get up and I think, what am I grateful for today? And today I'm grateful that I'm in Travel Tech Pitch Session 3, US and Canada, and presenting WinCloud to you all. So thank you once again, Travel Tech. Thank you, Alejandro, Vinicius, Federico, and Jennifer. It's a great platform, a wonderful resource. And to start with my introduction, my name is Pat Shetty. So I head up overseas sales for Asia, Pacific, and North America at WinCloud by Winsar Group. So just to give you a little background about myself, I belong to a business family. Yeah. So when I finished my graduations, my parents asked me, you have two options. The first option is you join the business right now. The second option, you do your higher studies overseas and then join the business. And I was like, wow, this is the same option you're giving me. And I always thought, you should always look at 10 to 15, 20 years, fast forward where you are right now and see, is that what you really want to be? And if the answer is no, then you need to change the path. And I changed the path, and I'm lucky I did that. And I moved to technology. And I started with a travel technology company where I was working as a developer, and we were actually doing websites where, the end users can come and book a hotel or a flight completely seamless. So this particular word, delight, has been there with me for a very long time because, we have been always delighting guests. The same thing we are doing right now in WinCloud, where we are delighting guests and helping hotels to streamline the hotel operations. So the company is Winsar Group. So Winsar Group all started by the co-founders when they found a need that technology should reach everyone, and it shouldn't be constrained to one particular segment which has bigger wallets. So that's where Winsar was born with the first flagship product called Win HMS. So it was an on-premises PMS system covering A to Z of hotel operations, right from your front office, restaurant, inventory, accounting, etc. Right? And after 10 years, they felt like, okay, this is something they would need to move to cloud so that it can be accessed anytime, anywhere. So that's where we started migrating all our modules on the on-premises PMS to the cloud. So that's where we are today, Win Cloud, with a modular contactless cloud PMS. So we'll talk more about this. So first of all, let us understand the presentation agenda, what we have. Okay. Since I already mentioned that technology should be available for everyone, so that's our biggest vision. So our particular solution is suitable for any category of a hotel, right from economy, mid-scale, luxury. So that's where we will understand to know the distribution mix in US and Canada to start with, and then we will understand why cloud PMS is the future and what are the constraints with the legacy PMS and some of the case studies to end with. So let us move to the distribution of US and Canada. So as you can see here, there's a lot of hotels right now in economy, mid-scale, and it's just growing day by day, right? And all these particular segments needs a cost-effective, reliable solution. And PMS is the heart of any hotel operations, and it should be flexible and it should be reliable to connect to any other third-party vendors, right from your channel managers or the revenue managers or upselling softwares or the door lock interfaces, the Wi-Fi's, etc. All start with a PMS, right? And if you don't have reliable PMS, you won't be able to do anything for the guest. So most of the hotels, almost 60 to 65%, are using a legacy on-premises PMS. And right now, there's a shift from a legacy to a cloud because of these 4 major constraints, what we have gathered. So first thing is definitely you cannot access an on-premises system offsite. So that means you need to be in a hotel every time. So let's go to the recap of the pandemic where it all started. So let's just think about the purchase manager, the accounting manager, the revenue manager. I mean, all of them won't be getting access to, the purchase approvals, the chart of accounts, or any data. And without data, it's completely a blank sheet. So that data is very important, right? So that's where there was a shift from a legacy to a cloud PMS because you're able to work from anywhere. That's what a new normal thought is. And the second thing is the consolidation of reports. Any hotel owner will invest in your software if he's able to get a revenue across all the departments, the transparency across all the departments. And for a group properties, a consolidation, the brand standard is very important. So if you're not able to provide that consolidation, they're going to look for something else. So that's one of the biggest constraints, what we believe. The third one is disjointed operations. So when I say disjointed operations, most of the hotels are using, multi-softwares, right? From your front office, you're using some other software. For restaurant, you're using something else. Accounting, you're something else. Banqueting, something else. You're dealing with almost 4 to 5 software. It's almost dealing with multiple relationships at a time, and you're not able to justify to anyone. So that's the reason you should go for a single relationship so that you are able to go that extra mile and have a compatibility. So we believe you should go for a single solution where your operations will be completely seamless and not disjointed. And the fourth important factor is definitely the investment. The legacy PMS comes with a software license investment. It comes with the maintenance. It comes with the upgrades. It comes with a server setup. It's going to completely cut your pocket, and it's going to really affect your capex model. So I believe these are the 4 things where people are shifting to a cloud PMS. So let us understand why cloud PMS is the future. As per the market study, 34% of the hotels have already shifted to a cloud PMS. And this is really happening completely frequently now, because we're getting a lot of requests where people are completely enticed to move to cloud because they feel that it is completely subscription. They're able to save a lot of cost. So that's the reason I came up with this infographic where a cloud is getting connected on the way. So with that, I would like to present one of a beautiful case study of an existing hotel in Canada. Okay. So this is a Canadian hotel. It's a very interesting story where they approached us because they were using a legacy PMS again. So they have about 8 hotels, and the 8 hotels are using multi-softwares. That means 5 hotels are using something else, 3 are something else. So it's completely disjointed. The owners are not able to get what they want. So that's where we propose them our modular cloud PMS, Wing Cloud. So after they're using it, they say that they're able to save costs, they're able to actually get the consolidation, they're able to delight the guest. I mean, end of the day, hospitality is all about delighting the guest, right? Because you get that smile as soon as you enter, you forget all the stress. So once the hospitality is there, you have everything. So that's where hotels always focus to give that extra care to the guest. So some of the important features, what we believe in a system, which I would like to showcase are live screens by just changing the tabs. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. So yeah, this is one of the important feature, what we believe is a dashboard, which gives a complete house report right from your room position, occupancy forecast for all the categories, right from 3 hotels, you're able to switch it and you're able to see what's happening. You don't have to actually go and visit that property, especially one of the Canadian hotel, which was having different locations, almost 8 locations, and the director of operations had to travel every week to this location. But right now, they're able to save a lot of manual hours, a lot of traveling time, because they're able to manage everything in one single location, because it's a cloud PMS and you're able to access the properties and the revenue part. And second important feature is a flash screen, what we have. So this allows the front office to do all their operations in one single screen. You have different color codes here, which says red is occupied, yellow is dirty, and you have the maintenance block as well. So if you just click on this, you're able to actually see the, you can do a checkout, you can see the guest charges, you can see the guest profile as well. And also you have more other features, like you can see the in-house guest, room position, expected arrivals. One more is, applicable rate codes. This is one of my favorite feature because this allows the hotel to fix different rates for each day, right? You have a different rate for weekdays, you have a different rate for weekends. So if you click on the bar calendar, you'll be able to see such a beautiful view on each days, right? So if you just hover the mouse, you'll be able to see, what's happening there. What's the occupancy, what's the ADR, what's the RevPAR, everything on a different category of rates. So this is called as a bar calendar. Then we also have something like a room chart where you will be able to also do a reservation, and it will allow you, whether you want to do a reservation, you want to block it, everything from a single screen. And then we also have a room status, which will give you a complete status of a report. So we believe this also will be handy. We have a lot of other features, definitely, but I believe this is something which we can always highlight in the front office. Then we have a lot of reports, which I already mentioned. Consolidation is very important. So with this, I'll just move back to my presentation. I hope I'm back to the presentation now. Okay, so let us understand why this Canadian hotel moved to Wing Cloud. So as I already mentioned, they have 8 hotels with each room keys about 100, 120. So we are looking at about almost, 800 rooms. So their current legacy PMS was not scalable. So that's what they told, it was complete shaky and they were not able to get what they want. That's the reason they feel, okay, it's not scalable. Second is limited integrations. As already, Alison as well as Isabel pointed out, it's very important to have integrations with the PMS. So that's what we believe as well. And if you don't have integrations, I mean, you're not able to delight the guest right from your channel manager, revenue manager, door logs. You need to have flexible integrations. That's what their PMS didn't provide them. Third, very important thing is support. I mean, you do a sales, end of the day, you don't have a good onboarding team and the support, I mean, you won't be able to justify your product. And the biggest problem what they faced is most of these PMS vendors will be having, a ticketing platform, or they'll be having the IVR, and they don't have actually a live human to interact. And when you want to interact with the live human, you have a lot of hierarchy. It will take a weeks or a month, sometimes a days as well. And hospitality is one industry you work for 365 days and you cannot wait. And that's where they feel, they had to change because the support was unresponsive. Fourth is definitely the multiple applications. They were using complete, multiple relationships I already mentioned. They were not having a single relationship. And definitely, as I already mentioned, the multi-property mode. So what to look for in a cloud PMS? The top of the list is a contactless guest experience. So why that is in the top of the list is because we have our in-house contactless check-in, check-out. As you can see, a lot of hotels during the pandemic, most of them shifted to contactless. And I've attended a lot of webinars, I've done a lot of talks as well. And there was some of the polls where they asked us, what do you think will be the future? Which particular technology is going to stay for long? And most of them voted for contactless check-in, check-out. And right now it's a fact, after 12 months or 14 months, it's still going strong. It's going to stay for long because it's just like, you're onboarding a flight. So when you onboard a flight right now, you need to do a web check-in, right? I mean, you need to do a web check-in 24 to 48 hours before so that you have, you actually miss the hassle and you have a good experience. The same thing is happening with a hotel. A guest does a check-in from his phone and then comes straight away to the hotel without actually wasting any time in the front office. And once he comes to the hotel, he's able to use the particular application to order food, request maintenance, housekeeping, and do a checkout also from a phone, which also safeguards the interest of the staff as well as the guest because it's completely 100% contactless. So in a cloud PMS, contactless check-in, check-out is very important, and it should be an in-house solution and not a third party. And it is important, as I already mentioned, it should cover all the operations, a single solution, scalability, and an experience. Experience is something which you really need to count on because if you don't have an experience, you don't have case study, you don't have customers, you don't have good reviews. So that's a key. And also a support, which I already mentioned, support is very important. So let us understand few numbers which WinCloud provides. So this is what we gathered from our customers. So after using WinCloud, most of the hotels are able to achieve 47% increase efficiency. And we hope we are able to increase it as soon as possible to 60 or 70, which will give a good hype about the product as well. And some of the pointers, what has been given by our customers, they feel scalability of WinCloud is awesome. And, they are able to integrate with any other third party. And we have 300 combinations of reports, which will save a lot of manual hours. End of the day, when you use a PMS, you spend a lot of time, consolidating Excel reports. And when you're not able to get, you try to map it out to, give it to your management. But with WinCloud, you're able to access any reports. And if particular report is not available, we try to, tweak it if it is value addition to your property. So we do that as well. One more important point is what I mentioned here is smooth onboarding. So let's just imagine you onboard a flight, and once you're in the flight and you're not able to have that good experience with the crew members, it's completely nasty, then you're not going to board that flight again. You're going to shift it, right? So the onboarding after sales support is very important. So we have a 6-step process, right from starting with a kickoff call with the onboarding specialist. And then you go with module configuration, your instance is set up, and then you do a training and a dry run and go live. So 6 easy steps where we have a hassle-free onboarding and a super support team where you speak to a live human 24/7, 365 days, right? So that's where WinCloud will give you a cutting edge. So we have a supercharged third-party integration. So we have integrations with all the leading channel manager, eager to connect with vertical booking as well as Hub OS. And, we have integrations with other revenue managers and door locks as well. So we are serving right now 1,700 hotels in 30 plus countries, 4 continents, 20 years. So as you can see, we have covered international brands, domestic brands. In a career, we're able to provide them that experience where they can optimize their operations and always provide that enriched guest experience with our solution. So that's our portfolio. So with that, we come to almost an end. So I would like to thank you for giving me an opportunity to present a solution. So we are a single solution. As you can see, we cover all the modules. And, you can always contact me for a live demo. That's my contact details, as well as I've also, highlighted my LinkedIn if you always want to get in touch and ask any questions. So please, power your property with a WinCloud by Winstar Group, which will give you enriched guest experience and optimize your operations. I would like to end with a quote from Conrad Hilton, which I really love. So he says, "It is wisdom to profit by yesterday's mistakes. It is fatal to hang on to yesterday's victories. You limit yourself, but the future is expanding. Yesterday's experiences are the foundations on which you build your future today." So let us all build that future where hospitality is always there for a long term for the coming generations, and we always delight guests. So thank you. Any questions? More than happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Pat. I think it was an awesome presentation. For me, if I can pick out a point, I would actually ask you about, you mentioned on-site implementation, right? Being a cloud tool. So I would like to understand, or I would like for you to explain to hoteliers how that looks like.
Yeah, sure. So I mentioned about on-site implementation is because, we come from a legacy PMS, right? I mean, when you have a legacy PMS, you didn't have any remote implementations like how we're talking right now. We won't be talking. We'd be in ITV. We would be in some events where, we will exchange business cards, like what Alison already mentioned. You always attempted to do that. But, right now we need to do everything remote. But we already have that expertise where we have done, on-site implementations. We have replaced a lot of market leaders, the top PMSs as well, and we have a certified engineer. So that gives us, extra mile with the cloud as well to actually report any engineer. So we have a lot of certified engineers in a lot of countries in Southeast Asia, in Middle East, as well as, Africa, where our certified engineers are on site for a particular country and are doing a cloud implementation. So this is a real scenario. They're able to provide that for any hotel whenever they need. Yeah, I hope that.
And thank you for that clarification, because I think hoteliers, when they come from legacy technology, are always afraid of changing that thing that lives in a big black box in a server room at the bottom of the hotel, right? So you're doing two things for one. So it's like you go there, you want to beat the monster and put a new technology, but there's no one to help you do that, right? So again, thank you very much for the clarification, Pat. So Alison, Isabel, I don't know if you want to add anything to it.
Yes, I thought it was fantastic, Pat. I really appreciate it. And I see you're from Canada, so that's great news. I'm also Canadian. So I think after this, we need to get together for a phone call and talk about getting you integrated with vertical booking.
Yeah, I would love to. That's what I mentioned. We would like to have your logos in our portfolio. So looking forward, Alison.
Okay, I look forward to speaking to you. Thank you. Very informative. I really enjoyed it.
Once they open the borders, I'm going to Canada as well, okay? So wait for me.
We need to catch up and have a selfie, of course,
we can never miss a selfie opportunity, right? So that's
exactly.
In this day and age, we need a selfie. So
Well,
I'm getting stuck. I'm getting stuck as you speak, Vinny. Don't worry. I'm buying stock right now. You're on mute, just in case, Will.
Okay, perfect. Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfectly. We see you. Great. Thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you today and Amadeus. So the floor is yours.
Great. I appreciate you guys inviting me to this. So let me share my screen here. Okay. Wonderful. Can you see my screen okay? Okay, wonderful. So today I'm going to talk about Amadeus Hospitality and how we're shaping the future of travel. So Amadeus leads the way in travel technology evolution. What most people may not realize about Amadeus Hospitality is that we actually own sort of the airline industry. Over 51% of the airline tickets are actually sold through our platforms today. And so Amadeus really started with many airlines long ago, putting together the global distribution system as to how all of those components go together, from a passenger wanting to book an airline ticket to taking a trip. And so over the last probably 35 years that we've been in business, we've expanded our scope to baggage handling software, and then now we've kind of morphed into Amadeus Hospitality, which is a grouping of a couple companies. Right. So my background is I'm from TravelClick. I've been at TravelClick over 13 years. And so we have a suite of solutions that are around business intelligence, website design, reservation software, CRM software, and media solutions. We also have the new market products, which many people know are about Delphi and the group and the sales and catering software, as well as our service optimization tools for guests that are on site. And then we also acquired a property management system company. And so really there's three companies kind of coming together as one, Amadeus Hospitality. And therefore, our parent, Amadeus, is able to invest substantially in the space and improve travel and technology, in hospitality over time. And so this is just some metrics here that I think are important. Is we're ranked R&D tech investor in Europe #2 in 2019. We invest more in travel and technology than any other company globally in the space. Many people don't realize that Amadeus is the 9th largest software company in the world. And so if you look at just invested in R&D over $9 billion between 2004 and 2019, and we invest over 40% of our revenue back into our products to make them better. So we're right in theme with travel tech. So we'll talk a little bit more about our solution set and what we bring to the table. So we're really kind of changing the game in terms of, in the middle, we call it core central services. And this is really focused on 3 areas. And you'll see at the very top here, our mission is to connect and drive demand, and we do it through all of the various blue sections. We want to power the guest experience. We do that through our website platform, our CRM platforms, our service optimization platforms. And we also want to deliver operational efficiency. And again, that comes with sales and events, property management software, payment platforms, things like that. And so all of these solutions fit nicely into one umbrella. And our mission is to really integrate these solutions together to create a frictionless experience between seeing an advertisement on digital advertising, into media, into the website. They find the offer on the website. They get into the booking engine. They're in the booking engine. They want to get a pre-stay and post-stay email through your central your CRM software, and then understanding that analytics that you can then really parallel through all of your different solutions. Then, of course, if you're on the group side, how do we make it easy both on the operations side to be able to accept a group? How do we make it easy for groups to be able to book the space? And then, of course, once the guest is on site, how are you able to really anticipate that guest's needs? How is the service optimization software understanding the CRM software? So if you requested towels on a previous stay, we're turning towels, which was a preference, into an action, a proactive action, so that therefore when you stay at another property, we're able to deliver on that desire for that guest. And so what I'm going to briefly talk about is our booking suite application. So it really kind of breaks it down as to how this solution goes together. So it's really the only end-to-end e-commerce experience, bringing together our web solutions platform, our booking engine platform, and our CRM platform into a really smooth and intuitive journey for the customer, leveraging industry-leading participation and having content that is also shared amongst those solutions. So you don't have to manage content in your property management system, and then in your central reservation system, and then in your CRM, and then on your digital platform. And now you have content fatigue because you're managing it in 4 different platforms. So how do we make it one application? And so, these are just, our brag slide of some customers that we support globally within our solution set. And what I think is so important that these customers realize is, instead of picking, call it best in class, a booking engine, or best in class, a website design company, these guys are really pioneers in understanding that all of the solutions, all the technology has to be integrated, work together, and be able to share data across the applications. And so when you really put just these 3 pieces together, and again, I'm just going to specifically talk about these 3 pieces today. Certainly, we could bring in the BI and some of the other pieces, but this is just showing you some of the results. So the average lift and conversion rate when users sign in via private offers is 123% lift. We saw this with Marriott. Marriott launched private offers on their own site. When you go to Marriott, you can log into your loyalty program, and voila, you get a 5 or 10% discount. We do the same thing for independent hotels. And again, when you have a rate that's lower on your own brand.com site and it's cheaper than the OTAs, people are going to buy, and hence the reason you get a higher conversion rate. The next is personalized abandonment cart. So hotels get a lot of clicks over to the booking engine, but may not get that conversion on the first go around. And if you think about what the average conversion rate is for hotels, it's roughly 4 to 5%, which means 95% of people hit your booking engine and they're not buying. And so what we do is, on our booking engine, we have a cart abandonment tool that links with our CRM that understands your clicks and your options of what you're selecting on. And then when you leave, we actually send you an email that personalizes those options back to the customer based on their click preferences to get them to come back and book. And so we get a 53% return rate on just that abandonment feature alone. And that's one of the things that a lot of hotels don't have implemented today, that I think there's a huge opportunity there, certainly in the travel rebound. And then last but not least, we do have some groups of hotels that have wanted to digitize their reward and redeem loyalty program. Many times hotels or casinos have a VIP program. You have to call somebody direct to be able to reward and redeem yourself. How do we bring that online so that therefore it's completely symmetrical between your CRM and your CRS? And so if you think about the whole journey, the journey begins, they land on your website, you entice them with personalized offers into a frictionless booking path. We want them to log into a loyalty program around your preferences, add in custom add-ons that are frictionless, and then be able to then roll right into a loyalty and upsell program. And so I'm going to walk you through what that program looks like with us. And so today, we look at all the different ways in which the guest can find your property, right? Brand.com, GDS, metasearch, consortia, OTAs, and certainly hotels are always fighting for Brand.com. How do we get them to book directly on our own website through our own booking engine, which is our lowest cost of acquisition? Well, how you do it is you have to have the solution working in unison. So, right, it starts at beautiful websites. Do you have a beautiful design? Is it easy to navigate? Do you have videography, creating sticky customers on your site, increasing your conversion by 13%? Do you have your booking mask above the fold? Do you have special offers that are easy to find and easy to buy on the website, right? That's the key around the website. It's got to be beautiful. There has to be well-documented content in different areas. And when you do these things properly, it leads to significant decreases in bounce rates and increases of time on site. Now, secondarily, just to the website, if you allow somebody to log in, wouldn't it be nice to be able to recognize that it's somebody's birthday, or that you know a little bit about them once they log in? This is what we do with our CRM system. By partnering our CRM with our website, the guests can now log into their guest portal, load in their preferences, and then we can utilize those preferences to make that experience more personalized for the customer. Once the guest goes from the website and into the booking engine, incredibly important to make it a frictionless booking path so that therefore it's a seamless experience. And in the booking engine, it's all about how you optimize your product, your prices, your promotions, so that therefore the customer is able to find what it is that they want to buy. And so we offer a very powerful pricing engine. It's based on 47, at least today, 47 different pricing methodologies, like geo-based pricing, length of stay. You could price by room type. If somebody books a specific month or a specific room type, you can offer them free champagne. So there's a lot of things around book now, pick your own perk. So they're enhancements as well as room product. And the key is we want to be able to sell the room inventory, but we also want to be able to sell your ancillary revenue too, to increase the value for your customer. Now, this is really critical too. If you could have a website and you could have a booking engine, but how do you get the personalization? How do you get the CRM data to work with your systems? Well, we've integrated the CRM into both. So now you can start looking at things like your highest value customer, welcome them back, give them a 10% off Premier Suites just for them. Or if you want them to sign up for your loyalty program, how do you entice them to do that? If you sign up now, you get 15% off the first month. You could also entice them on multi-stays with you. On your 10th stay, you get a free walking tour, you get free dinners, free breakfast, or things like that. Or if customers are searching with 2 adults and no kids, maybe it's a couple's getaway. If they're bringing their kids, maybe it's more family-oriented. So how do you start to gather that data earlier on in the sale process, whether it be through digital advertising? Great resort in Orlando for family stays. If they're clicking on that, it's more likely a leisure customer. If they're booking just adults, no kids, probably more of a corporate-like customer. So again, depends on your market segments and how you want to be able to introduce personalization. Upsells and enhancements. Again, we briefly talked about this before, but able to improve your guest satisfaction and revenue with experiential enhancements and upsells. This is something that we've really seen a lot of our hotels participate with, and it's, buy our suites, get 50% off enhancements. Or, early check-in, late checkout, being able to offer those as additional enhancements as well, all seamless through the process. You can book it during the booking process, but what we also do is pre-arrival, our CRM tool sends them those enhancements 5 days before arrival and reminds them that you have these great enhancements that will be able to enhance their stay. So there's multiple ways to engage the guest. They don't always book everything when they book the room on the upfront. They may not be thinking that they want to be able to book a jet ski tour until the 5 days before arrival when they're excited about their stay. And then again, we briefly talked about this too, but guests are always not ready to book. A lot of people are shopping, putting things in their cart, but then they don't buy. We learn this a lot in e-commerce. And so here we offer the ability that when the guest makes all their selections and they're not ready to book, we save all their preferences so that therefore when they do come back and maybe make that buying decision, they don't have to re-enter in all of their preferences. Industry-leading end-to-end loyalty program. Again, we briefly talked about this, but it's really around the recognition, the guest portal. How do you engage with your guests and get them to sign up? What type of games do you play with your guests to be able to collect their preferences? Some people don't like to click on radio dots. Maybe people want to be able to click on a picture. So it's kind of like Tinder or a matching profile in which somebody says, would you rather stay at one of our beach properties or our mountain properties? Maybe I'm more beach, or maybe I'm a night person versus a morning person. Maybe I want plant-based versus steak. So again, quick ways in which you can gather lots of preferences on your guests to then be able to retarget to them. We also leverage our leading partnerships with, on the major GDSs, consortia programs like American Express. We make sure that we're in the top tier consortia programs, leveraging our hotels in where the bookings are going to be coming from. We just saw some data yesterday that Meta Search and Google is going to be leading us out of this, if you will, the recession or the COVID that we're in currently today. If you look at Meta Search, Meta bookings are up 20% year over year, and that's heavily led by Google. So it means when people are ready to come back to traveling, they're starting their search on Google. They're saying, I want to stay at a hotel in Philadelphia, but I'm not sure where I want to stay. And so it's important to make sure that you have the strongest partnerships with the Googles and Trivivos and TripAdvisors and Kayaks of the world. TripAdvisor just launched their new product called TripAdvisor Plus. That was in beta for some time, and within the last 2 weeks, they've now made this available in America. And so they're aggressively on a mission to be able to sign up hotels. And the question will be are there members willing to pay a $100 fee or a $99 fee to be able to unlock better deals at hotels? They're banking on yes. Will it work? Who knows? So these are things in which we're able to advise our hotels on and let them know how these programs may benefit them. And then, of course, if we don't connect to various third-party channels or local wholesalers or operators, we do have great partnerships with the likes of Derbysoft and IBS, which are great partners of ours to be able to get the broadest landscape of your rates out there. What we pride ourselves on is a global team with localized contacts. So we do have a lot of directors of sales and account management local in the markets helping our hotels. So we don't have a regional office that supports 15 states. It's all local people helping our hotels across our solutions. What you can expect from us in 2021 is really around increasing personalization, increasing our integration of our products to work better together with each other. And really, we want to create an end-to-end e-commerce analytics dashboard where hotels are able to see all of their analytics in a singular place, because right now it's in a lot of different fragmented elements. So again, we are trying to provide the best end-to-end solution for our hotels today. Really launched this first enterprise application. So you think of the likes of Microsoft and being able to buy that application. Amadeus is on a mission to create a hospitality application where independent hotels can go to really pull all of these solutions together under one platform. Thank you, and I will answer any questions that you might have. You're welcome. Happy to. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Now, I just wanted to make a comment. I think that because some of us are old and have been in the industry for a number of years, we've always thought about, we've thought about Amadeus and the earlier version of TravelClick, right, as a very enterprise-driven product and offering. But you made a lot of focus on independent hotels and how you're building that vision, right? So what would be your advice to hotels now? Because sometimes they're intimidated by the house name, right? So how would you tell them, come and talk to us? And it's through TravelClick, I imagine, right? Through you and the team. And how would you advise them to start working with Amadeus Hospitality?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the first thing to do is we have a local rep in every major city. So I would identify who that local rep person is. Whether you choose to buy products from us or any of our competitors, that's fine. Where we really provide a lot of value is within our data. And so if you're looking at how are we going to position ourselves as we emerge from COVID, we have the crystal ball with our Demand 360 data. We have the airline data through Amadeus. We have the DMO data. We have the Airbnb data. So we can see how the data is rebounding and coming back. We also invite our customers or potential customers to many webinars, various monthly series that you can at least just gain understanding and knowledge and say, hey, this is relevant to me. Maybe I do want to take advantage of this. And if I don't, and you decide to go in a different direction, that's okay too. But we're really just trying to up the level of knowledge and understanding for our hotels.
Thank you very much for that. Well, it's been super educational.
Good. I'm glad.
I really love it. Yeah, awesome. So right
Thank
now
you.
we go to Ask Sweet, the Vice President for North America for Bianca Portobarga. Welcome. How you doing, lady?
I am good. How about you guys?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
How's
Good to
things
see
for
some.
me? Because we're based in California, so you are in a good hospital standing place.
Yes, it's funny because it's raining today and it never rains here. We have a lot of earthquakes and other things happen, but rain is really something new for us.
So before we start presenting Ask Sweet, go ahead and you can present yourself. And after present Ask Sweet, then go ahead with your presentation. The moderator
Great.
is Alejandro Gomez, the CEO of Amelia.Travel, one of the companies that is doing a revolution on the experience on the booking on the industry. So please, all yours, Bianca. Thank you so much to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. My name is Bianca Portobarga. I've been in hospitality for 17 years, but I am young, contrary to what Alejandro said. I've been working hotels pretty much all my life. I was in revenue management, distribution, sales, and I joined Ask Sweet about 4 months ago. After 9 months being unemployed, I was one of the casualties, work casualties of COVID. But I'm very happy to move to the technology side. It's something that I've always been very passionate about. And interestingly enough, before COVID hit, I was talking to Rodrigo, the CEO of our company, to roll out the solution for our hotels. That didn't work, but there we go. Here I am, and now I'm working for Ask Sweet. So I will show you a couple of slides, but then I'm going to jump off and show you how the chat works. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of context and why we created the company. I think pretty much for all hotels all over the world, the biggest challenge that we have is our the share that OTAs take from our business. So you probably have high commissions, or maybe you were one of the lucky ones that have low commissions to OTAs, but the truth is they're taking a big part of the pie. So what we are trying to do with our solution is to change a little bit of that. Today, on average, hotels take 12 hours to answer their guests on social media. And what we believe is through a better direct digital service experience, we can change this scenario. So I just wanted to get it out of the way. We won as best chatbot for hotels for 2 years in a row by Hotel Tech Report. So 2020 and 2021. These are scores given by our clients. So we're very proud with this reward, and I just wanted to kind of brag about it a little bit. But moving on, the reason also that our company exists is that today millennials prefer to use message instead of calling or emailing the hotel. In fact, 56% of millennials say that. And also 68% of travelers, they say that the response time is key for them to make a booking or not. What happens today, and unfortunately I go through this experience too, is that sometimes you email a hotel and it takes them hours or days to get back to you. And if you try social media, as I showed before, it gets even worse. As a solution, what we're trying to do is we are trying to combine the traditional reservation channels with the new reservation channels, which are changing every day. So before you would have your website, your email, your phone, you have your frequently asked questions on your website, which probably nobody visits, but those were the ways that guests would get in touch with you. Today, clients are looking at you on your social media. They are trying to communicate with you through WhatsApp. So there are a lot of other channels that people are trying to send messages to you. And sometimes you don't even have time to get to those messages. So as a solution, what we are proposing is the omni-channel platform. So through one dashboard, you're able to control and to respond to your guests. So now what we're offering, and the Ask Suite is exclusively a chatbot company. We have 12 developers in-house, and we are hiring more people. But we have an AI-based chatbot that speaks 30 languages, that works 24/7, and it works on 4 channels, which are WhatsApp, Facebook, your website and mobile, and also we can add a link on your Instagram account. So some of our hotels, they report doubling the bookings that they receive through their website, and they also improve the response time. With that, you reduce operational costs because you don't need to deploy so many people to answer the phones or to answer emails on behalf of the hotel. So here's a testimonial from one of our clients saying that they got 2 times more bookings because they had the chatbot on the site. And what's really interesting today, and what we were talking about on Monday, is that people have a lot more questions. the number of transactions that we've been seeing after COVID has increased tremendously because people want to make sure that they are safe at the hotel, that the hotel is putting everything in place for them to be healthy while they're staying there. And they want to know if your restaurant is open, if your pool is open, and various other things. So it's really important that you have someone on your site available to answer those questions for you so you can have more direct bookings. This is probably my favorite slide because I come from reservations and revenue management. So this property saw a reduction of 65% of emails after they implemented the chatbot on the site. And again, with the new reality of hotels maybe not being able to afford such a robust staff, I think the chatbot could come pretty handy, if not answering questions after hours, but also answering questions during work hours when you have less people working on property. We work with more than 1,400 hotels around the world, and I'm going to go now and show you a little bit of how it works. If you can just confirm to me you're still seeing my screen. Did everybody leave me alone?
Yes, we are.
Good. Amazing. So this is thank you. So this is a collection of hotels in Chicago, beautiful properties. And they have 2 of their hotels already on our chatbot. They're pretty new. For the sake of their statistics, I'm going to go to a presentation mode here, but I'm still going to interact with their chatbot. Our chatbot, contrary to some other options on the market, we detect the language right away. So if your client's speaking English, if your client's speaking French, Italian, what have you, the chatbot is going to identify that according to your IP address. All that you see here is customizable, and this is something that we play a lot with. We do a lot of A/B testing to understand what is the best message we put out here, what is the best color, etc. But the avatar you can choose, and there are some of our properties that are very playful. One number that I wanted to share with you is that, and it's a question I get very often, is how smart is the robot? It's a robot, but today at Ask Suite, we are able to handle 98% of the questions. Only 2% of people ask for human interaction. So I think that speaks a little bit about the intelligence of the robot. And the robot continues to learn. It's not something that you set and forget. The more messages we exchange with guests, the smarter it gets. And we are always trying to make improvements so guests have a better experience throughout the journey with the chatbot. So this is the initial message. Unfortunately, a lot of hotels chose to display COVID message here this past year and this year too. But this property has 2 hotels with us, so you have an initial menu here to choose which property you want to interact with. So let's pretend I'm going to River North in Chicago, which I love, and you're going to see the initial menu. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to direct the guests to where you want them to go. If you have a lot of restaurants on property or if you have a lot of events and you want them to go straight here and get the information, that's what we are trying to do with this main menu. Because let's be honest, all the information lives on your website. Everything is there, but humans are lazy to look for this information. So what we're trying to do is trying to condense all the information and put it here so it's easier for the clients to look for it and find the answers they're looking for. So you can interact with the menu, and the menu is going to tell you a lot of things, all that you want your guests to know. But to me, what's the most interesting about the chatbot is that you can make open questions. So I'm going to ask here, do you accept pets? So I misspelled it. We'll see. It understood, thank God. So I didn't make a fool of myself. But yeah, it's saying that we do love pets, and they actually have a $75 fee per pet per day. How many calls is your front desk getting a day for this type of questions? And even worse, if you work with a big call center, how many calls are they getting to answer this type of questions? And you're probably paying thousands, hundreds of dollars for that service, while you could have a robot answering those questions for you and leave the center reservation department or the reservation folks to answer more complicated questions, right? So this is one. The second one that I'm going to ask, and I'm going to misspell here on purpose. Do you have group rates? So this is someone that's looking for groups, and I want to know more information about that specific segment. I don't know if you could tell, but from the beginning of the chat, I didn't ask any information from my guests. We noticed through A/B testing too that 77% of guests drop once you start asking for more information. So we didn't ask for any information. You can start asking your questions without giving us your data. Now, as you're asking for groups, then we're going to ask you for more information. When I type all the information here, this is going to go to my sales manager, to my group department, and they're going to have all the information on the form sent to them so they can get a quote together and send it to the guest. Most importantly, though, we have integration with CRMs like Revinate, for example. So all the information that the guest is entering here is going to migrate straight into the CRM. So even if the client doesn't book now, you can hit them up with a marketing message later, knowing that they're interested in groups because they entered the information here. So that's one of the features that we have on the chatbot. Another one that I like a lot, because again, I come from revenue management. What is the rate for June 25th to June 27th? 40% of the guests that interact with the chatbot ask for quotes. So we are not only here to help with your operational requests before check-in, but we're also helping you sell. So as you can tell, I asked for rates for June 25th to 27th. So now it's confirming with me with the dates pre-populated on the form. Now it's going to ask me for the number of adults, which I'm going to confirm I'm going with 2 people to stay at the hotel. And now what we do is we are going to import the information from the booking engine into the chatbot. What we feel is that today someone goes into our website and they think it's beautiful, looks great. Then they go to the booking engine to check pricing. Then they come back to the website to know more information. So what we are trying to do here is to facilitate the flow of the reservation. So here, what we do to kind of mimic the OTAs, we are trying to bring reviews from your guests into the chatbot. So here, while I'm browsing through the rooms, I can see that John said that this hotel is amazing. So they use guest review. So they gave us 5 stars. So it's reassuring the client that this is a great hotel for you to book. And now you have all the information that lives in your booking engine, and we integrate with more than 70 booking engines as of now. Everything that's there, it's going to be shown here. So you're going to have the room type, you're going to have the price, and all the details from the room. And you can scroll through here. It's a carousel menu, and you can see all the room types that are available for that date. If I click on book now, then I'm going to be taken to the booking engine. So everything that the booking engine worked so hard to, build the experience for the client, we're going to maintain that. So now the client can finish the booking in the booking engine. The only thing is that the dates are going to be pre-populated, the number of adults. And if you want to allow guests to choose the specific room type, only that room type is going to show to you. So that's a little bit of the experience with the chatbot. Probably the second most asked question that I get is that, what if I want to intervene in the conversation? You can do so. So as I said before, we have a dashboard where you can control all the conversations that are happening through the various channels that we are present. And as you can see here, I have a notification, which means that someone is at my hotel, on my hotel's website right now, and they're talking to me. So let me click and let me see what's going on. So you can see that there is a traveler. I don't know their name, but they've been asking for bookings. They've been asking for quotes. They've been asking for groups. So let's say I'm inside the hotel at my reservations department, and I have someone that's available and they want to take over the conversation. They can come here and they can take over the chat. So once I click here, I start communicating with the client instead of the robot. So I'm going to say, hi there. And now you're going to see here on the website, hi there. So that's not the robot talking to the client anymore. It's a human. So again, if you want to allow your team to do that, you can do it. If you don't want your team to do that, you can let the robot do the work for you. We are as automated or as interactive as the hotel wants us to be. So you can filter the conversations per channel. You have the history of the conversations here. So if you want to go back, they will live here for 6 months. If you want to go back and see what people have been talking about, you can come here and browse through the history of the conversation. The same way, Facebook works the same way. Because Facebook, you have to log in to start talking, you're going to have the history with the guest, meaning that you have their contact forever. WhatsApp and Facebook and even Instagram, if you reached out to them at one point, you always know their information. On the website, the information will disappear because of data protection. But again, through the platforms that you have to log on to, then you have the history. So this is a hotel, for example, that I talked to. They're a beautiful resort in Puerto Vallarta. And I asked for dates. I was interacting with the robot. This is all the robot talking. And it also gave me rooms and availability through Facebook. I'd say probably Facebook is, I test hotels before I do demos, and that's probably the channel that people really forget about. And it's a shame because people sometimes have such high engagement on those platforms, but when it comes time for people to interact with them and ask for information, people do not answer. I have hotels up to this day that I was doing demos for, and I sent a text message to see if there was already a robot interacting with, and there was nobody there. Nobody ever answered to me. So that's, for a guest, it's pretty frustrating, and it might lead them to book on an OTA or even maybe go to a competitor. This property here has a link on Instagram because Instagram still doesn't have an open API. They are working on it now, so we will have that soon. But for now, what we can do, we can place a link on the Instagram's profile. And instead of going to a message that nobody's going to get back to you, you can start talking to the robot the same way that we do with the website and mobile. So just going back to the presentation, as I have a couple more features here that I would like to show you. As I said, because of COVID and so many people calling hotels to ask about what is being done to make sure guests are safe, all at the hotel, we have properties putting the COVID information here. So right off the bat, you can see there what we're doing and that we're taking care of you while you're on property. As I said, we have the integration between your CRM and our platform. So if you have a CRM on site, if you have the information, enter here on the chatbot, that's going to migrate straight into your CRM, so you don't have to copy and paste any type of data. As I said, we allow you to intervene in the conversation. So if you want to have human interaction, we can do that for you. And once you do, we make it a lot easier. So you don't have to write everything and make quotes from scratch. We have everything there for you to make it more efficient and to make it quicker for your team to spit out a quote like the robot would do. Independently of your booking engine doing this or not, we'll always suggest nearby available dates. So if your hotel is a hotel that's always busy, I hope that's the case, we are going to suggest nearby dates in case you're sold out for certain dates. And also something that's fresh out of the oven here, we have OTA's price checker. So once I give you the rate on the website from the booking engine and you're within the chat, if you have a cheaper rate on your booking engine than on OTAs, we're going to show this message here. So instead of someone going to an OTA and coming back, I am going to give on the chat the information that they should book here on your booking engine because you're offering the best rate. So it's another reassurance that booking direct is best. We speak 30 languages. You can choose up to 6 languages to put on the main menu. And we have 4 artificial intelligence logic. So as I said, only 2% of people ask for human interaction, meaning that the robot is pretty smart and it gets smarter with time. And one thing that I wanted to show you, because WhatsApp sometimes crashes my computer, so I just put a screen here, but it works the same way. We have a menu on WhatsApp, and you can interact on WhatsApp as you interact on the website, Facebook, and Instagram. Just to finish it up, the implementation timeline is very short. It takes from 2 to 3 weeks to implement a hotel. And with 2 or 3 room nights booked through the chatbot, you can already pay for the solution. Of course, I can give pricing, but I wanted to give you an idea because there are a lot of people thinking that this is a very expensive technology. It's not the case. It's very affordable, and you can see ROI straight away because we can track sales through the chatbot and show to you how much we're selling. And that is what I have. You have my information here. You have here the QR code if you want to scan it and send me a DM, and we can chat and we can see if this would be a good solution for your hotel.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Bianca, for that presentation. I think I was gonna ask a couple of questions, but you've covered them already. Like, so easiness of implementation, let's say the ROI-driven perspective of implementing a chatbot solution, right? So I don't know if anyone else wants to ask something, make some comment to Bianca and to ask the team.
Wow.
I don't think so. You were super clear. So that's good. When there's no questions, it's that you nailed it on the head.
Yeah,
right?
I have a few questions. Bianca, I think that it's very important. Let the market know the connectivities that you have more than the one you show us Instagram, you show us the website and the Facebook, but you have a lot of more. Can you tell the public, because I think there's an outstanding point from Ask Suite. So if you don't, if it's okay to share, will be great.
Yeah, of course. We integrate with PMS, with Booking Engine, with CRM. We have all types of integrations. And one of our focus too is to increase the number of channels that we are present. So again, we are only a chatbot solution. So that's our main goal, is to be present on channels that people are sending messages to you. So now we are looking into SMS, we are looking into WeChat. So that's on our roadmap. And those are integrations that we are working on too. We are very fast. We've been in business for 4 years, and we've made so much progress because of we are so open to make integrations. So some of the people that were here, we work with Amadeus. We have other booking engines that we work with to make it easier for the hotels to understand the value of our solution.
Totally clear. Totally clear. I just requested, for example. You have integration with Google or some OTA at the moment also, or no?
Not really. We don't have integration with Google because we don't need to bring anything from Google yet. For internationally, we actually have a possibility to send messages to Google, awesome. Not in the US, but I think in South America you do. So that's something that's also on our roadmap to have that integration too, so you could chat with the chatbot through other channels. So that's something that I recently found out because I'm looking on my phone and I'm like, I don't see this on my phone. And I think it's something that we don't have in the US right now. And correct me if I'm wrong if someone is here, but it's something that we're looking at as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Our company have connectivity with that suite also. So awesome. Thank you very much, Bianca.
Yes, of course. I hope it helps. And
no, I'm just going to close. I think we're about to close the session, so I wanted to thank everyone. On Bianca's, I'm just going to say one thing. So, and it's not on Bianca. It's actually no API in this day and age. So shame on you, Instagram, right? So like my new enemy from now on. And then the other thing is, just your presentation, just to close it up. You mentioned just fresh out of the oven price checker, right? So it would be good to explain what prices are you comparing in there, because I saw Booking.com, Expedia. For the US market, you're checking some prices specifically, or do you just do them everywhere and the same, basically?
Yeah, so what we do, and I think that's probably what Vinicius was asking me about the connectivity too. We look what's out there in terms of the best rate, a little bit like a meta search that we were talking about earlier. We bring that into the chatbot. So we have companies that also have the price comparison tool on their website. So what we're doing, we're embedding that within the chatbot. So someone doesn't have to go out, come back. Everything is on the chatbot. And we're trying to make it easier for the guests to take control and make the booking right then and there. And awesome. Instagram is working on the API, so do not hate them for too long.
Oh, no. It's like for me, technology starts with an open API platform, right? But not the other way around. But it's I hope Instagram is not hearing on this. So I just want to thank everyone. First of all, Bianca for closing the session today. Isabel, Pat, Allison, thank you all. You've been too kind. You've done amazing presentations. I want to thank Vertical Booking, Winsar, HubOS, Ashley, then Will, and Amadeus for allowing you to be here with us, for sharing all this knowledge with the hoteliers. And that's it for me. Big thanks. And I hope that after this, you start getting a lot of hoteliers harassing you. And then I'm going to let you close it up, Vinny.
Thank you, Alejandro. Thank you for all of your support for the speaking. Thank you, Isabel, to be here. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Alison, Will, Bianca. So it was a great show. We're doing a little bit things different from other events all over the world. We think that in 10-15 minutes, we don't have the time to connect with people because we need more time. And the word right now is, you have 5 minutes. Oh, come on. Okay, well, what do you want me to learn in 5? Yeah, we can sell something in 5 minutes. that can be sure. But if I need them to approve for different departments, that was marketing team, reception, reservation team, communication, and blah blah. If you say yes, but then goes to your team, you don't sign the contract. So, and in 5 minutes you don't sell. Travel Tech try to make all the pitches. I know that it's long, and also for the hoteliers. But the most important, after each pitching, and we start next week, we will put up each presentation for everyone separately, and we will do that in a post and email or database with hotels and travel companies that make part of it. So this is great. I'm really happy, and so thankful to everyone here that is making this a big show. So thank you everybody, and be welcome. Okay, tomorrow we have more masterclass and more pitching. Alejandro, everybody has a minute to say goodbye. Please go ahead.
Yes. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure. Bye.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thank you
very much, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.